Hi, it's Paris from EpicReviewGuys, and my wife's 7-year-old Honda Accord is getting hard to see at night. The headlights just aren't what they used to be. We replaced the bulbs, but it's the acrylic housing on the outside that's all scratched up causing the problem. This Fast Brite Lens Restorer says it can make it like new with just a little bit of polishing. Let's check it out. So this car's got about 140,000 miles on it. Most of that has been highway driving. So there's lots of high-speed impact with sand and rocks and bugs that over time scratch up the lens of the headlight and make it so that it just doesn't put out as much light. This is what the headlights look like before getting started. You can see all the scratches and abrasions from years of bugs and rocks and sand and about 140,000 miles, most of which has been highway driving. Now this is seen on TV Fast Brite Lens Restorer Auto Headlight Restorer Kit. Claims it will leave the lights up to 5 times brighter, and if you look at the picture, pretty much this is what mine look like now. I'm going to see if it can do that for it. There's several steps, and it does involve some time and elbow grease to polish out all those scratches and dings. Alright, here's what you get in the box. 2 bottles of stuff and a double-sided sponge pad thing. Here's the step 1. This is the polish that should remove the scratches. You use the yellow side of the pad for that. Then you get your bottle number 2. This is the protectorant that's supposed to seal it and keep it bright and looking nice. You put that onto the blue side and rub that in. There aren't any separate instructions inside the box, so it's just these few steps here. And step 1 is to clean the headlights with a wet cloth. Well, there's some dirt on there. Supposed to put a dime-sized drop of this onto here and start rubbing on the headlight. Now I picked up this kit for about $12. Could, if I really want to make sure my lights are going to be as bright as possible, replace the headlights. But the assembly itself, between the 2 of them and putting it in, is about $300. This was about $12. If you're interested in checking this out, I'll put a link to it down below this video. Smells just like car wax. And you're supposed to keep rubbing it on the headlight until the headlight feels smooth, which means you're supposed to basically buff out all of the dings and scratches. Put another application of it on there. Now we're getting some resistance. If anything, it looks cloudier. I think I might be seeing a little reduction in some of the scratches. Alright, I did about 5 dabs of the liquid and scrubbed on this for about 5 minutes. I'm going to now go to step 2. You apply this liberally to the blue part of the pad, polish it over it. That seems to be removing the other material, makes it look a little more transparent at least, not all cloudy. Yeah, but the lenses, have you ever noticed, they always look good when they're wet, but when they dry out, that's when all the scratches and stuff seems to come back. Scratches and cloudiness. Alright, once you apply this, liberally take a clean dry cloth as your last step. I guess take this last liquid off the headlight. I'm done. I'm going to give it a few minutes to dry because it is deceptive. While it's still wet, it can still look better than it is, but I'll come back out in a few minutes, put on the lights and compare the two and see if it really made a difference. On the left is the headlight that all I did was wipe it with a wet wipe, and over on the right is the headlight that I used the headlight restorer on. Okay, here we have the lights. Here is the Fast Brite light that I polished for 5 minutes, the amount of light it makes. Here is the other headlight. All I did was use a couple wipes, wipe off the dirt. Here's the light made by the polished one. The light put out by the unpolished one. So this Fast Brite Lens Restorer made maybe a 5 or 10% difference in the amount of light from the headlight, I would say. If it was more than 10%, it would definitely be noticeable enough where you could look at it and say, oh yeah, that one's definitely brighter. I didn't see that. In fact, I had my wife come out and take a look when I had just done one of the headlights and said, well, so what do you think? And she looked on both. She said, which one did you work on? She couldn't even tell. Now, I've read on some reviews for this that if you really get in there and you spend 15, 20 minutes, half hour on each light and you're really in there buffing it, you can see more improvement, and that may be the case, but I wasn't willing to put that time into it, especially since it says on the box here, showroom new lenses in just 30 seconds. So as far as the claims go for this working, as the box says that it's up to 5 times brighter light with 30 seconds worth of effort, I don't see that being the case.
Shopping is easy when you know what to buy. At Epic Review Guys, we give stuff a try. What does the fox buy? Nobody knows, but before he decides, he watches our videos.